Hey guys, let's continue. We're on number 11. So question 11 says k plus x divided by 3x minus 2. Okay, this is a function. So x f of x equals k plus x divided by 3x minus 2, and that f of function of minus 1/3 equal to 1 over 6. So how do you work this out? So just notice here, this function of x, it's similar in styling than with this. So what they did was that in place of x, they substituted minus 1 over 3. So what it basically means is that for this function, if we substitute x equal to minus 1 over 3, we should get 1 over 6. So we have f of x equal to k plus x divided by, okay, I think I'm gonna need the space as well, so let me just quickly delete this, and then so that I can use this other space to the right. So we have f of x equal to k plus x divided by 3x minus 2. So what you do is that you substitute. So if you substitute x equal to minus 1 over 3, you get what? You get k plus, on x we're going to put minus 1 over 3. So minus 1 over 3. I advise you, whenever you're substituting, just use brackets to be safe. So minus 1 over 3 minus 2. And then for this, we are told that this should give you 1 over 6. So like this. And here you get k minus 1/3. And this 3 multiplies, I actually made a mistake here. I don't know if you noticed, but I actually made a mistake there. The idea is this 3 only affects x. So it's supposed to be 3x, then it's supposed to be 3x minus 2. Minus 2 is not affected by this 3. So anyway, here you get minus 1, because you get 3 into 3, 1 into 3, 1, then you get minus 1. So minus 1 minus 2, yeah, I'm going to put this arrow so that we don't have multiple equal signs. So here you get, so let's just go to this place. You get k minus 1/3 divided by, this should be negative 3 here, equals 1 by 6. So 1 over 6. So here k minus 1/3 equals to 1 over 6 multiplied by minus 3. So you get k equal to, then you put this to the other side, you get 1/3, and 1/3 isn't, when it goes there, then it becomes positive. And then here you get, so 3 into we get negative half. And afterwards, what you do is the primary school stuff, right? You just put your common denominator there, and then 3 into that's 2 times 1 by, then here 2 into that's 3 times 1. So you get negative 3. So your final answer would be negative 1 by 6, like this. So this will be your final answer. So just a recap, this function, it says function of x. It means you can have several values for function of x depending on whatever value of x that you put. So they are telling you that if you put x equal to minus 1 over 3, then you should get 1 over 6. So your task is to just substitute x equal to minus 1 over 3, and then you equate that to 1 over 6. So that would be your task, and that's it for number 11. Let's move to number 12. So number 12 says it is given that p is equal to that, and q is equal to that, and r is equal to that. So these are vectors. So these are vectors, and the first part, it says find the magnitude. This one means magnitude or modulus. Find the size, magnitude, modulus, or size. So find the size of p. So whenever you're asked to find the size of a vector, what you do is that you take the Pythagorean hypotenuse. So Pythagorean hypotenuse simply means you take each and every you take each component and you square it, and then the sum you put it under a square root. So just like what you do when you're finding the hypotenuse of a Pythagorean triangle, so of a right angle triangle. So here you get 25, and here you get 16, and here you get 25 plus 16, you get 41, I think. So here, so this is it, and they asked you to leave your answer in set form. So this is the set form, and you just in general set form, it's actually this way. So set form, it's a root of b. This is set form. So but then this one cannot be further simplified. Sometimes we'd have to leave it differently than, but then for this answer, for this part 41, there's nothing that we can do with it. It's just I think it's even a prime number. You can double check me on that one. Yeah, so that's it. And for second part, so 12b, or second part, the value of x for the value of y, find the value of x and the value of y if p minus q equal to 2r. So p minus q equal to 2r. So here, let's just substitute. P is 5, 4, then q is minus 3, 2, then r is x, y. So here you get 5 minus 3. So here you get 4 minus 2. Then here you get 2x, 2y. So like this, and we move to this part. So 5 minus minus and minus means plus. So 5 plus 3, you get 8. And 4 minus 2, you get 2. So this equals 2x, 2y, like this. So when you have vectors, the components, when you have individual vectors on left and right hand side, it means that the components, they are equal. So the component of this vector, it's equal to the component of this vector. So you actually have 8 equal to 2x. So this would in effect mean that you divide both sides by 2. So therefore you'd get x equal to 4 here. So similarly, 2 equal to 2y. Then you divide both sides by 2, you get y equal to 1. So this is it. So your answer should be x equal to 4 and y equal to 1. So again, these vectors, what you do is just simple substitution, and at the last point, if you can isolate a single vector and a single vector, and these vectors are equal somehow, that means that the components of those vectors must be equal as well. So that's what we did. And so let's move on to question 13. Question 13 says a salesman's total monthly salary consists of a basic salary of $200 and a 2% commission on his monthly sales. Then in 1 month, his salary was $560. Calculate his commission for that month. So what commission simply means you get, if you are working for a company that works if you're working and then you're getting commission on your sales, what it simply means is in most cases you get a basic salary, so they will tell you that I'll give you $50 for this month, but then if you sell, for every computer that you sell, I'll give you an additional $100. So $100 would be your commission. So this one is called basic salary. Basic salary is, even if the salesman doesn't sell anything, he is entitled to $200. And then his money increases as he makes like more commission. So here you were told that he netted, his salary was 560. So if his salary was 560, his commission commission must be 560, which is the total money that you took home, minus the basic salary. So the basic salary for him was what? The basic salary was 200. So you actually get 360. So the salesman, he made $360 from the commission. So again, 200 basic salary, this is what you would have otherwise gotten if he had not even made even a single sale, and he made an extra 360. So altogether we would have 560. And the B part asks us the sales made for that month. So his commission, so the salesman's commission was, we got 360. So from part A, so you can say from part A, the sales of the person was 360. So 360, this 360 here, there are a handful of ways to do it, but then basically you can use simple proportion. This 360, it corresponds to 2%, because his commission is 2%. So this 260, it corresponds to 2%. If you want to know the amount of sales that he made, it should be 100%, the whole amount. 100% would be more. I'm just using a primary school method here, and 100% simple proportion, so 100% would be more. So if it's more for the ordinary cases, we say big number on top. So to make a fraction, you make a fraction by putting the bigger number on top. So multiply by 360. Then here, this cancel. Let me just change the pen. And here, you get, okay, let's not disturb this one for ease of working, so that it'd be easier for us. So here you get 180. So 180 multiplied by 100, what do you get? So you get 18,000. So let's just double check. 2% of 18,000. So 2% of 18,000. Let's just double check here, but then this should be your answer. Let's just check if we are correct. So 2% of 18,000. So you cancel. Then 180 by 2, you get 360. So yeah, that's definitely the answer. So here you get the sales that he actually made were 18,000. So let's move on to question 14. So question 14 says, it's given that sine y equal to 5/13 and that y is an acute angle. Find as a common fraction this. So yeah, so normally let's say you have a triangle, to just illustrate. If you have a triangle, you have the angle theta, then the external angle here must be 180 minus theta. So this, on a straight line, angles on a straight line. So yeah, that's it. So if you have the cosine of the inside angle, so cos of the inside angle, here we're working out the first part. So cos of the equal to negative cosine of the inside angle. So equal to negative cosine of the inside angle. Then for sine, these are the same. So let me just put it here. Just in case you get something for sine, you're required to know these formulas. I would explain to you using the periodic graph for sine and the periodic graph for cos, but then you don't need to do that because it's not required of your syllabus. If you want, you do it in A level basically. So here you get sine y. So just remember this formula. So this formula and this other one, you have to remember, you have to recall. For sine, it's negative. For cos, it's positive. So yeah, that's it. And the other thing that we need to do here is that we don't know what cos y is, but then we can figure it out from here. Sine y, sine, what does it mean? Sine means sine of an angle. I think you use this here. So some people use Cheshire tau. There is this mnemonic. So sine of an angle, sine theta, equals to opposite over hype. So it means 5 here. That's the opposite angle. So the opposite side is 5, and then the hypotenuse it's 13. So you also have to find x here. So let's quickly find x. So x equals to, this is I use Pythagoras theorem. So let me just to make it easier for you, you say 13 squared, which is the hypotenuse, equals to x squared plus 5 squared. And you get x squared equal to 13 squared minus 5 squared. Then you get x squared equal to, I think that's 169, is it? Minus 25, you get 144, I think. So you get x squared equal to 144. So x equal to what? 12, right? So this one equals to 12. So here, let me just change my pen so that there's no confusion here. So let me just change my pen. So this one here, you need the cos of y, the cosine of y. So cosine means what? Cosine from our mnemonic means adjacent over hypotenuse. So our adjacent is what? 12 over our hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse is what? 13. So this will be your answer here. This whole pleb here, this will be your answer. So yeah, that's it. So just a recap. What we did is that we used one of the two formulas that we should know. For cosine, the external angle, the cosine of the external angle equals to negative the cosine of the interior angle. And I told you that you should also know the case for the sine. So the sine of the exterior angle equals to the sine of the interior angle. There is no negative there. So what we did was that after finding the equivalent cos, or which is negative cos y, we have to find cos y. And what we do is that we use this ratio that we're given. So sine y equal to 5 over 13. We use this ratio. So our theta, here you can even put y here. You don't need to put theta, but then yeah, you can even put y here. It's still okay. So I was just illustrating, so that's why I used theta. But then you can even put y here. So sine y equal to 5 over 13. So we used this mnemonic to find the definition for the sine ratio. So the sine ratio, it's equal to opposite, which is in this case 5, over hypotenuse, which is in this case 13. So afterwards, what we did was that we needed to find this adjacent. Why? Because we would need it to compute the cosine. So the adjacent, we found it by Pythagoras theorem here. You can even say by Pythagoras theorem, then you get 12 here. So that 12 is what we put here, and then we just had to compute the trig ratio for cosine. So the trig ratio for cosine was what? Adjacent over hypotenuse from our mnemonic phrase here. So that's why we got 12, negative 12 over 13 exactly. And the b part, it's fairly easy. If you got the first part right, then the b part is fairly easy because it asks for tan y. So tan y should be what? Tan equals to opposite over adjacent, right? So tan y equals to opposite, here it's 5, over adjacent, it's x in this case, so which is 5 by 12. That's it. So that's what you needed to know. So just remember these two. Remember these two, and also know your mnemonic for your trig ratios, and also know how to use Pythagoras theorem. If you fill it up, then you can find the ratios for sine, you can find the ratio for cos, you can find the trig ratio for tan. Yeah, so let's move to question 15. So in question 15, the first part says find the median grade. When you want to find the median of any set of data, what you do is you first arrange in either ascending or descending order. So here they were grades, so they're already arranged for us. So you have A, B, C, D, E, and U. So they're already arranged for us. And 150 students, the person in the middle would be what? There would be 2 people in the middle, I think. So here you'd get 75. So the 75th and the 76th person, those would be in the middle if you were to arrange people in according to their grades in this case. So we just have to identify in which grade class we find the 75th and 76th people. So here after A we only have 5. This one is called cumulative frequency. So let me just change the pen a little bit. Cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency after this one, it's 5. You're not supposed to write it here, but then it's easier so that you understand. So after A, the people we have A grades, they are 5. The people we have A and B grades, they are 30. So 5 plus 25, and plus 30 after here we get 60. So here we get 89. So our 75th and 76th people, they lie here in this grade. So our median grade, so therefore the median grade is D. So write your D's nicely so that it doesn't look like an O. The second part says calculate the probability that 2 candidates chosen at random from 150 from the 150 students obtained grade A or B. So yeah, this is whenever you see a probability question and it says or, just remember that we are supposed to add those probabilities. So or usually means add, and usually means multiply the probabilities. So here we are asked to calculate their probability. So here probability of falling into A would be 5 over 150, and the probability of falling into B of picking a person who had a B grade would be 25 over 150. So what do you get here? You get 30 over 150. So 30 over 150, you get what? It's 1 over 5. This is the probability. So the probability of getting, of picking up, choosing 2 people who have either grade A or B, it's 1 by 5, 1 over 5. So yeah, that's it for number question 15, and in the next video we'll do 16 to 20. So cheers.